What is up, everybody? We are back on a different map. I know I'm probably driving a lot of people insane because it's like every two videos we're on a different map. Well, this is another Missouri map. I actually think I like this one better over the other one. The other one, the fields are very small, and I don't know. I think I like this one better. The other map, I swear, is a 6x, and this one's a 4. I know this one's a 4. I think the other one's a 6. Which I didn't even know 6s were a thing. Because you have standard size, then you have a 4, and then I think the next one up is after 4 is a 16. I don't believe there's an 8 in the middle. There might be an 8, but I believe it's 16 and 32 and then 64. But this map, what is this map called? I believe this is Missouri River Bottom. I'll show you the PDA. It's a pretty nice map. Big fields. I don't see a ton of wasted space. I mean, you kind of have over by the Missouri River, I'm assuming, is what that river's called, hence the name of the map. You have the woods and the river over there. Other than that, I mean, there's not really a whole lot of wasted space, because that's one thing that drives me crazy on a map is a lot of wasted space when it could be farmland. So that's instantly going to drive me crazy on any map if there's a lot of wasted space for no reason necessarily. Like I said, I think we might switch to this map because I think I like this map more. The fields make more sense. Granted, they're flatter in this map by far, but I think I like this map, and the details are definitely there in this map too. This map is built by. Let me get my facts straight here. Missouri River Bottom, I believe is who built this map. River Bottom Customs, there we go. River Bottom Customs is who built this map. The Missouri River Bottom by River Bottom Custom Modding. 4X map. This map has been out for 2 hours, so that's why we have a jump here. I was really gonna stick with that ORAN map until this one came out, and then I decided to take a look at this map and went, ooh, I think I like this one more. So that's who built the map. Different from Delta South, so two totally different modders. So I'll show you around this map. So this is like the main farm here. There was a building right here, but I've already sold it. Let's look over here. There's fuel storage over here. The trigger for the fuel is back there. And then you have this 50 by 100, I believe it was. Kind of like shed, lean-to style. Well, not lean-to, but kind of open shed. And then you have like, it looks to be toolboxes, kind of like a shop in here. The farmhouse and like garage over here. I really like the detail in this map. I really do. It's pretty nice. You do get a bunch of equipment to start the game. Granted, I've already sold a bunch of it because I don't like playing with the in-game stuff. I usually sell it. But however, I do like this tool. It is one of the very few tools that I like that the in-game gives you. Because a lot of the stuff I play with are mods. They're more custom and more detailed and more American setup. Seed building over here, which we might get rid of this, might keep it, don't know. Some Pioneer. Bins over here for seeds. Go over here, we got bin set up over here. It's got propane, so there's the name of the people that built the river bottom. There. Yeah, river bottom customs. So I'm assuming this map has you can dry corn with it if it has propane. What does this tell us? This tells us nothing. What about over here? you can, so the cool thing is you can hit R and manage. So yeah, it has a dryer. So if you have propane, then more than likely you have a dryer. So you can dry corn. You can dry anything really, but corn is going to be your main thing that you dry. I haven't really played with dryers much in FS22. I did in 19 a lot. My only complaint with the dryers are, once you catch up to the dryer, then you have a problem because the bins won't accept anymore once your dryer fills up. Once your dryer is full, and then your wet bin's full. So this big tower looking thing here for non-farmers and people who have never seen any of this is your dryer right here. And if it was running in, I'm not sure in game, but it would be like whitish looking like smoke coming out. That's just the moisture coming off of the corn. Because I believe the corn goes on the outside of these. The middle is hollow and the corn is like right here, and then it blows the moisture out through this all these slots. So I believe the middle of the dryers are always hollow. I believe. I can't remember. Maybe I have that backwards, but I'm 90% sure the corn is on the outside, on both sides of these. Corn on the outside is hollow middle. I believe that's how that works. Overhead bin up there, so if you were filling trucks, you could fill that full and then just dump all day long, basically, and never really have to stop. And then these would be probably your wet bins right here, I'm assuming. Every bin site is set up different. So I'm assuming these would be your two wet bins, probably 10,000 bushel each or something. So you'd have 20,000 bushels of wet bin storage, and then you have your dryer. Well, once these fills up, then that's where the problem comes in. You don't have anywhere else to take the corn from the field and put it because your wet bins are full. And these bins back here is where the corn from the dryer would go. So you obviously wouldn't want to put wet corn into bins where it's already been dried down and it's good to go and sit for the winter. So hopefully that makes sense to some people, because I know a lot of people don't actually know how any of this works. They just see these big silos, and some people don't even know what actually goes in these things. But that's kind of the very brief rundown of how it works. And then of course you have your pit right here, which this isn't exactly a great visual, I guess you could say, because I mean you can see the seed, the kernels, the grain underneath the slots, the floor right here. Well, this is a pit, and these vary in size of the pit. I mean, some pits are 200 bushel, like 250, 200, up 500. You could have a pit here and then a pit over there to where a truck could dump entirely. You have two 500 bushel pits. It just depends on the setup. I mean, they're all different. And then the speed at which the dryer, how big your dryer also depends as well. They can be different sizes. Some farms have two dryers. You know, it just depends. Bigger propane tanks, like, I mean, this is a very small tank. A lot of farms have one that's like 5 times bigger than this one, but like I said, it's farm dependent. Varies from farm to farm. So let's run over here. Like I said, well, I should turn the jump down a little bit. I was trying to jump over top of the bins earlier, and that's why my jump is so high. Come over here. Looks like we have a shed. And then we have 2 more bins over here. Another shed right here. So just a tiny little storage yard, I guess you could call it. Down here. Just a random farmhouse. Run over here, another site. This one's got a couple more bins. Actually, it's got a farmhouse too, so, and a bunker. So you could put silage in here, chopped silage, grasses, stuff like that. I'm not a silage farmer, so I don't really know a whole lot about it. Know kind of the gist of it, but not too detailed about it. We have more of a, this is more of a lean-to style, I guess you could call it. Like shed over here, open shed. A little bit more bins over here. Well, this right here definitely is a lean-to, because it obviously it leans. I don't know why I'm calling everything lean-to, but this one definitely is. That one over there, I guess you could just call an open shed, open end, whatever. A couple more bins over here. No auger, so you'd have to get an auger to fill those. Run over here. I need to turn the jump down. Oh, wrong one. Still jumping pretty far. It's a lot better than what it was. Come over here. Fuel tank over here. I'm gonna guess there's supposed to be something right here. Farmhouse over there. So I think this is another farm actually. And I'm gonna guess there's probably supposed to be another building right here. I'm not sure. Another building over here. Bin set up. These ones are a little bit different. So these ones actually have door. It's same thing. You have an overhead bin, and then this is kind of cool because you can pull a truck in and then shut the doors. If it's like cold or raining or something, you don't want it to blow in, snow drift in or something. So that other site was open, so I could see where the snow could drift in. But this one, you can at least shut the doors. So if your trucks are going back and forth between the elevator and there's nobody there, you can shut the door, and then when they come back, have probably a garage door remote and just open the doors, let the truck in, and, you know, keep the snow out in the winter. So these are definitely pretty handy. This bin site looks a little bit bigger. Like I said, overhead bin. This dryer is a little bit taller. It's not as long, but it is taller. You can actually hear it. The dryer fans. A little bit taller. I'm assuming that'd be, could possibly be your wet bin. Yeah, that'd have to be your wet bin, because you only have just the two big ones, and then probably 50,000 bushel bin right here, 50 to 100. This could be 200 in the back possibly. Nice, very nice. Then we come over here and we have a sell point over here. What is the name of this sell point? Let's take a look. Langdon Elevator. So that's the name of this sell point. Come back here. Another building back here. Doesn't seem to do anything because there's no triggers or nothing, so I think this one's just for show, just a prop. The only thing I don't like is how high these train tracks are up, because I could see we're hitting this and making equipment fly up in the air. Unless the collisions are turned off of this, and you can just drive over it and it doesn't do anything. So unless the collisions are turned off, maybe. Got another trigger back here. What is this trigger about? Oh, this is so this is actually pretty cool here. You can actually load the grain out of the sell point onto the train and fill the rail cars. So that's actually pretty cool, pretty realistic. Another little building over here. So a pro tip to anybody who plays, if you have like a lower end computer that's not as powerful as some people's, if you go in GE, you can delete these out of here. These just like this tractor is just a placeable. It's just a decoration. You can't drive it. You can't do anything with this. It's just for show. If you delete these out of here, it'll actually save you some space on the overall size of the map file. So if you take this stuff out, it'll help you a little bit. Not a lot of it, but it will help you a little bit. But for people who have high-end computers, doesn't really have any effect to us. So there's that farm, pretty nice farm there. Like I said, the details are definitely there, even on this map. Let's go over here. This looks like just a regular bin site. Yep, another bin site. Here's a really tall dryer. Actually, I believe that might be about the same size as the first one. This one looks taller though. And then your wet bin would be this one right here. I'm assuming this would be, this was my farm, this would be my wet bin, and then these other ones would be for the dry corn. Obviously the pit. Now you'll see this pit is a lot smaller, a lot more tiny. So the grain goes through, you dump here, truck dumps here, goes up to this grain leg, all the way up. And then, I mean, if you were cutting beans don't typically go through a dryer. Very rare they go through a dryer. Just depends, I guess. But I've never really seen beans go through a dryer. It goes up this leg, and then from that leg it can either go to one of these bins or it can go down this leg into this bin. And if it's corn, it can go directly to the dryer or the wet bin. I mean, if the dryer is empty, it could probably go into the dryer. That's probably where it'll go first, and then once the dryer fills up, then it'll go into the wet bin. And then, so once the dryer empties and the corn's gone through the process, the corn will go to one of these bins, and then the dryer will call for more corn, and it'll transfer more corn out of the wet bin into the dryer. That's pretty much the runaround on how that works. Like I said, it's a pretty flat map too, which some people hate. I don't mind. I just like good open space, not wasted space, not a lot of crap everywhere, like a lot of just grass everywhere, wasted space, I guess. So definitely a pretty good map. We have a seed, river bottom seed dealership over here, Pioneer. What we got over here? Whoop, running into the fence. This just looks like a, where does this go to? What is this? Oh, this is your livestock stuff here. So if you have cattle or animals, you'd sell them here. Probably cattle. Hay shed. I don't know if this works. This don't have a trigger. Yeah, this is a livestock yard, so you probably sell bales over here too. I believe that's a chemical facility over there, just judging by all the Cargill chemical tanks. Go up the road here. This looks like just kind of looks like propane over here. No, anhydrous. Whoop. Anhydrous, propane, anhydrous. Well, I guess it's both. I guess some of these tanks are anhydrous and then some are propane. So this map must have anhydrous built into it, because some of the maps don't have anhydrous. Ag solutions. So this is where you pick up your chemical. So your 28%. I mean, 28% don't exist in this game. It's just herbicide and what's the other one? I'm gonna have to look now. Fertilizer, but does it have a technical name? Just liquid fertilizer. So I believe there is a mod coming out to where you can spray for pesticides and stuff like that. I believe there's a mod coming, because that's one of the things I've been complaining about and thought that this game needed to be more realistic, is like the spraying. Like, I should be able to spray for bugs and stuff, not just herbicide to kill weeds and stuff. Like, I should be able to spray for just bugs and have to spray more than, once. But this is just like a random lot of equipment, I guess. Run down here. This is another sell point. All of these pits have triggers. So I'm gonna guess you could store stuff here or sell it. Yeah, so sell here, store there, and then you have load on that last bay. Go this way. Is there anything this way? There's a little transformer station running down here. A couple more bins. Farmhouse. Couple. Oh, I cannot remember what these sheds are called. It starts with a Q. Cannot remember what those ones are called. It has 2 of those though. Run back down the road. This is the equipment deal over here. This is stuck on the chopper. Agrivision equipment group. It's pretty fairly big yard here. Not a bad looking dealership, I will say. I mean, some maps it just spawns into the game in like just a blank area like this, or somebody's took the time to build, you know, a nice dealership. This person obviously has. Combine models actually look pretty good for being, you know, just decorations. Side note, this track setup here is like one of the worst designs ever, because the problem is when you get in the mud with these things, you'll have like a giant wall of mud going against the track right here, because this thing push mud. And the problem is when you can't get over that mound of mud this thing will push up, you don't have the power to do it, which is kind of crazy considering how powerful this machine is. It doesn't have the power to climb up over the mud once it pushes that wall of mud so much and so thick. Versus well, this is on wheels. I don't think there's any case ones sitting here on tracks, because I'd show you the case design and what they have. These ones are on tires. Yep, so they don't. Is there a quad track? That'll work too. Any quad track? Nope. These all have tires on them. Huh. All the case equipment has tires on it. Because I was going to show you the difference. I guess I can show you in the store real quick. Well, here, I'll just show you with another John Deere model. Yeah, like these are a lot better. These don't push mud. So this whole triangle shape, this is a much better design that John Deere has went to over that other one. And then, you know, the case combines have always had the case have always had this style, which is a proven style. I mean, this has been around for, I think 2001, 99, I believe. I'm not sure when they came out. I know the case style has been around for a very long time. This is an elevator over here. It's a pretty nice looking elevator. The detail is definitely there. And it's set up very nice too. Like, I can see where you can get a truck in here and not get hung up on stuff. Because that's another problem. Is if you don't build stuff, you have to kind of think about a truck. Because a lot of times if you don't build the parking lot big enough and the road's big enough, you're like cutting ditches off and stuff, because the trailer, you can't swing wide enough. So the trailer is getting like hung over in the ditch and stuff, and you can get hung up in places. Or you just don't have enough room to swing the truck out, and then the trailer, like I said, the trailer gets hung up. Either the truck will get hung up or the trailer. I like these roads. These roads are very interesting. Like the country roads, I guess you could call them. It's like up on this berm. Very tall berm. And then the fields are obviously down there. So it's not 100% a flat map, I will give it that. Which I'm not bothered by flat, like I said. I know some people are. And this is just trees over here. And then I'm assuming this is the Missouri River. So there's really nothing over here other than the river and trees once you get across the road. I guess we could knock out those trees and farm that over there if we really wanted to. Let's run down here a little bit. I believe the main farm is back over here. Yep. And then it has this very tall, like, another berm right here. I'm not exactly sure what this is all about, but run over here. There's a pond over here. I believe so pond over here. Actually, it's not a pond because the river dumps into it. So I feel like to have a pond, it's just it'd just be a hole of water. Like the river shouldn't be able to dump into it. To technically be a pond. Definitely got all kinds of shapes and sizes on the field, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward map, not too bad. On the detail, it's very nice detail. It doesn't lack, I don't think, in my personal opinion. Another farmhouse over here, another very small shed over here. So very nice map. I think we're gonna play on this one. I don't have anything against the overran one, but I think we're gonna play on this one. So we will have to start building. I think I'll definitely do a video on building and setting everything up like how I want, and buying the equipment, because I know I didn't do that in the overran one, which we might do a couple more videos on the overran map possibly. And then of course we're still going to play on the Ohio map. The whole reason I haven't played on the Ohio map in a little bit is because before I started my YouTube, I played on that map a lot, and I was just pretty tired and bored of it. And then in 19 I played Lincoln Creek, which is based out of Nebraska. I played that map a lot. And the Ohio map I've been playing on, Midwest Horizon, that one's been out since FS17. And I never really touched that map until, I never touched it in 17 or 19. And then in 22 is when I really actually played it, because it was really only the 4X map that was available, and still kind of was, or not now, but it was at the time. And I had built it up so much and changed a lot of stuff to where I just didn't want to quit playing on it, because Lincoln Creek wasn't available for 22 because nobody had converted it. Somebody was going to, and then I don't know, they'd stopped or something. I don't know what happened there, because I was waiting for that to come out, because I was going to keep playing on that one, because Lincoln Creek's a very nice map. So I wish somebody would bring it to 22, because I'd probably immediately start playing back on it again. But yeah, next video will be building this map up and getting some equipment in here.